Oh, my name's Charmaine Bryan, founder of Charmaine Bryan Image Consulting and author of the book Stop Buying Clothes You Don't Wear. I help professionals who want to enhance their visual appearance, communicate with influence, and have more presence. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to improve your verbal communication. Let's face it, verbal communication is key when you want to elevate your personal and professional brand. And the words that we use in our everyday conversations and communications really do curate the way that people view us, and your trustworthiness and credibility is definitely key and being judged by others in words that you use. So today, as I said, I want to tell you 3 ways of how to improve your verbal communication. And the 3 ways to do that are through your vocabulary, your grammar, and filler words. So number 1, vocabulary. When you are speaking, it's really important to always be improving your vocabulary, widening your vocabulary, because that way that you can articulate and communicate more effectively. And if you've got a wider vocabulary when you're speaking and even when you're writing, it means that you can get your message across to others more easily, rather than if you have a limiting vocabulary. But a word of caution here, using a wider vocabulary is great, but also think about using words that are clear for your message. So, for example, there's no point in using unnecessarily long words if it's not adding value to your message, because that can confuse the audience who you're speaking to, or the person you're speaking to one-on-one, or even if you do not know the necessarily meaning of the words, it can also be confusing to how you are using words when you are communicating with others. So really be clear. Instead, it's better to use more simple vocabulary, knowing that at least that way, when you are communicating with people, they know exactly your message is being communicated very clearly. Number 2, your grammar. So crucial to use correct grammar when you are speaking as well as writing. But as we're talking about verbal, speaking grammatically is so important and key, because again, you can be judged if you use incorrect grammar. You can be judged using when you're speaking to people. So you really want to have that credibility. So really work on using the right grammar, and also thinking about when you are speaking to people, think about the audience who you are speaking to again, because the way that you would speak to your boss would certainly be different the way that you would speak to, for example, a group of young people. There's no point in being a stickler for grammar if the audience that who you are communicating with may not necessarily appreciate it. So it's really take into account that use correct grammar when you need to, but also not necessarily playing by the grammar rules if your audience may view you in a different way. So that could be they may judge you for using incorrect grammar, but they could also judge you if you are using the correct grammar, and that may not be their particular message. And number 3, filler words. Filler words is a tricky one, and it's probably one of the most challenging. And filler words, I'm talking about using things like are, like, in your conversations. It's so key to try not to use these. Instead, when you are tempted to use them, pause in your conversation, because filler words can mean, again, your credibility can be at play. You may sound uncertain when you're speaking, and also when you are speaking to someone, whether it's one-on-one or you are speaking to a group of people, it can start to become distracting, and that they're starting to listen to your filler words versus actually listening to what your message is, and then your message isn't being conveyed to how you would like it to be. So really try not to use filler words. It's definitely a challenge for me. I'm in Toastmasters and there is a role in the meeting who counts your filler words. And it's amazing how many you do use. So it's really a useful tool in Toastmasters, or even when you're recording yourself, you'll be amazed how many filler words that you are using, and really make the effort to try not to use them in your everyday conversation. So today I gave you 3 ways to improve your verbal communication, and that is to improve your grammar, improve your vocabulary, and also really try not to avoid using filler words if you can. If you work on these 3 areas, they'll definitely up-level your verbal communication, and of course, in relation to your personal branding, because when you are working on your personal branding, communication is key, and verbal communication is key when you're having your everyday conversations. If you would like some more tips and secrets on to enhance your personal brand, go and download my latest free guide for personal branding secrets to get your next promotion. I will post the link in the comments below. So do go and download my free guide for personal branding tips to get your next promotion. Anyway, thank you for listening today, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye.